Hi booktube community. I thought that I would do a tag that I wasn't tagged for. I just like to do tags, even when I'm not tagged. Do you? Yeah, you understand. So, I'm sure you've all heard of this tag, and I quite frankly don't have the information of who made this and anything like that. But I have the questions on my laptop down here, so if I'm glaring very vividly at something off screen, it's because my computer's there. So let's hop into the stuffy stuff. The first deadly sin is greed. It is, what is your most expensive book? And I'm gonna be honest with you, if a book is more than $17, I will typically get it on Amazon or bargain or something, because I think paying more than like an $18 hardback is pathetically insane. So I have some Harry Potter books that are like $20 and $30, but I got them all at a used bookstore for like $5. So therefore I chose a book that costed $20, and that's why we broke up. And this is probably expensive because the paper is like shiny and there's... The next sin is wrath, and that is, what author do you have a love-hate relationship with? This was hard to figure out because I didn't know if it was like literally as the author as a person or if it's just their writing or something. I was gonna say Todd Amafi because I love her writing, but I also don't like how she makes me anxious, but that seemed really lame. So I chose Nicholas Sparks because I like the way he writes. Well, no, not the way he writes. I like his plots, and I like his ideas, and I like the morals of his characters, and I think he has a very nice structure of writing, but I also don't like how he executes his writing. It's just really corny and lame, and I don't... I wish I could like his books, but I can't. This and The Last Song are the only two Nicholas Sparks books I like, just because they have emotions, and the rest are just like, I like you, don't leave me. Wah. The third sin is gluttony, and it is, what book have you deliciously devoured over and over with no shame whatsoever? Did you guess? Because there's a hole in my shelf. I've seriously read this so many times, it's embarrassing. I've never reread it cover to cover, but I do go back through and like glance through and be like, what do you want from me? Like, the amount of times I've reread chapter 62 is ridiculous. Sin number 4 is sloth. I love sloths. I'm pretty sure it's not talking about that type of sloth though, so calm down, Whitney. Anyway, what book have you neglected to read due to laziness? And this is a very easy answer for me. It is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. And I don't have it with me currently because my next door neighbor, Teresa, has to read it for assigned school reading, and I let her borrow it. I've read it twice and I only get through page 100, then I stop because I don't know why, but I just can't continue with it. And yeah, I know if I I don't know what I was gonna say, force, it's not a word. I know if I force myself to read it, I'm probably gonna get through it, but at this point I have no effort to do so. Sin number 5 is pride, and the question is, what book do you most talk about in order to sound like a very intellectual reader? Now this is kind of funny because I think that if you look at my shelf, the majority of the things you see is like young adult trilogies. Actually, they're all down here, so you probably don't see it, but I don't want to go around to like my English teacher and be like, yeah, I read the young adult genre. Because I think if I say like my favorite book is The Hunger Games, I just seem like a stereotypical teenager being like, that's the only book I've read in 4 years. So in order to seem like more cultural and stuff, I will usually like boast about how Anthem by Ayn Rand is one of my favorite books. And it's a bad habit for me to be like, yeah, it was so good. Also, like, so just classics, I think, because I also liked Fahrenheit 451, and these two books are amazing, and I always be like, I loved them. Basically, any book that's not a young adult novel is something that I could boast about. Like, for instance, I did a book report on The Timekeeper by Mitch Albom, got a 100 on it, the teacher was very impressed, and my parents are home, dang. So yeah, anything mature enough for all ages, I think, is something that makes you look mature. Number 6 is lust. What attributes do you find most attractive in male or female characters? British accents. Eyes that are like sparkly and happy and like blue or green or brown. It's like every eye color. Confidence, sass. Sass is a huge one. If you have a character that's sassy, I'll be like, yes. I pretty much fall in love with any male character in a book just because I am like that and I'm very trusting and I like all of them. But if you want me to really love you, you have to be like hot. That was the most unoriginal route to go with this. I wish I could be like, they have to be trustworthy and they lift the female character up and boost their spirit. No, I really only care if they're hot. And the last one is envy. What books would you most like to receive as a gift? Could almost not say that sentence out loud. This answer is any book in the Harry Potter series because these are expensive. I have the first, second, and last one, so 3 through 6 I would love to be gifted so I don't have to go buy a $20 book. No, like $25 or $30 book, to be honest. So, yeah, anything, pretty much any hardback book, actually. This is an example of a more expensive one, same with the Twilight Saga. So just anything that's over, like $12, that's just not worth it. Buy me things. So thank you for watching. I will tag people below that I want to do this tag, even though it's probably really old and a bunch of people might have already done it. I don't know. So thank you for watching. I don't know why I always like reach for you every time I end a video. Okay, that's weird. Goodbye.